Welcome to my MARP presentation. My name is Daisy Rodarte and I will be presenting on a tech tool called YouHue. YouHue is an emerging tech tool because it analyzes social and emotional learning data. My presentation will cover the following. What is SEL and why is it important? What is YouHue? How can teachers benefit from using YouHue? And a brief overview on how to use it. To understand the value of YouHue, we must first discuss what SEL is and why it is important. For starters, SEL stands for Social and Emotional Learning. Social and emotional learning is a process through which children and adults understand and manage their emotions. Furthermore, SEL allows students to set and achieve positive goals, feel and show empathy for others, establish and maintain positive relationships, and make responsible decisions. So now that we know what social emotional learning is, why is SEL important? According to one study, SEL increases positive social and emotional behaviors, such as kindness, sharing, and empathy. The study also found that SEL had an impact on academic achievement by an increase of 11 percentile points. It also found that it improved students' attitude towards school and it reduced student stress and depression. A recent study from the Organization for Economic Cooperation and Development, or OECD, found that a lack of SEL regularly correlated with unfavorable outcomes, such as an increased chance of unemployment, divorce, poor health, criminal behavior, and imprisonment. So what is YouHue? YouHue began in 2016 as part of a research project. It is a classroom app that helps students identify their emotions, encourages reflection, and students are guided to put words around their thoughts and feelings. It's also designed to support students' own self-awareness. And with self-awareness or self-expression, allows students to vent, feel understood, and choose more healthy behavior. YouHue gives students the opportunity to pause and identify their feelings. Here is a short clip on how YouHue supports students' mental wellness.
Emotions in the classroom are complicated, and they have a big impact on learning. YouHue makes things easier by guiding students to pause and identify their feelings so you can all understand their causes a little better. YouHue helps build better self-control, communication, empathy, and problem-solving skills, so your students are set up for success, in school and out. YouHue, how are you?
So how can teachers benefit from using YouHue? YouHue gives teachers a better understanding of their students' emotional and learning needs. It also provides data to teachers for progress monitoring. With knowing how your students are doing and what headspace your students are in, teachers are able to provide some intervention strategies for students more easily and effectively. The data collected from progress monitoring can give teachers insight on any patterns or trends occurring in student behavior and offers a great way to give even parents insight on how their students are doing emotionally. Signing up for YouHue is easy, and more importantly, it is free. Once you sign up, well, first let me take you to the website. YouHue is available online and through an app. So when you sign up for YouHue, someone will reach out to you via email asking you for your class size and student names. You are able to provide just students' first names or initials if that's something you feel more comfortable with. Shortly after you provide your classroom information, you will receive an email with your login and your student's login link and their login codes. The student link leads students to a Google Doc form where they have to answer the following question. The form looks like this. So students have to answer, they ask students what their name is, what their personal code is, and students have to identify what emotions they are feeling at that moment. So are they feeling happy? Are they feeling excited, caring, calm, just okay? Maybe they feel confused, anxious, sad, or angry. So not only do they have the words that describe the feeling, but they also have images to go with it, which can support students are younger in the, maybe first grade or kindergarten that are still learning how to read. After they identify the emotions that they are feeling or the emotion that they are feeling, they are able to provide a brief explanation on why they're feeling that way. Once they are done, they will click the blue button that says Submit. After students submit their responses, teachers are able to analyze the data. So one of the links that Yoo-Hoo provides you as a teacher is your own personal link to analyze student data, which looks like this. It shows you how many students you have, how many logs have been completed by students, and how many flag logs. And flag logs are basically if students say any, if there are any key terms that might be alarming, Yoo-Hoo automatically flags them so that you as a teacher know that you have to, that you should follow up with that student sooner rather than later. I haven't started using this within my own classroom, which is I've practiced, so this is the only reason why I have one log, but I'm very excited to use it. So to start, it should look like this. It will show you a graph and it will identify how many students felt caring, how many students felt calm or sad or excited, and each color represents a different emotion. Right now, because I haven't started, it all shows 0%, but I'm very excited to start implementing this to see what categories my students might fall in. If there were any popular topics, it'd be mentioned right here, and like I mentioned earlier, any flag topics, any mentions that might have been concerning will show up right here. Since I did a sample one just to see how that would look, I would click on the current date, October 14th, and it will show my one log, which was me, wasn't one of my students, and I chose excited to start the day, which is why 100% of those that submitted, which was just me, felt excited. And for this, since for excited, my comment was I love Mondays. The topic that was included in this section was love, with one mention. Yoo-Hoo is a great tool because it takes social emotional learning a step further by collecting and sorting data for teachers so that we as educators have a deeper understanding of our students' needs. I'm very excited to implement this in my classroom. It's super easy to use. There wasn't much of a learning curve, and there wasn't much that I had to do to set it all up. Once I gave my students' first names, I didn't include last names. So once I gave my students' names and how many students I had, I was provided with the login codes of each of my students, and all I would have to do would be to share that code with my students. So I hope this presentation was helpful and that you would consider using social emotional learning data analysis in your classroom in the future. Thank you so much for listening and watching my presentation. And here are my references.